Okay, so basically with this project, I wanted to explore what students and residents thought about gentrification in the city, and just see if they thought the societal influences such as like violence and just students moving in has really impacted the area, and if it has any possibility of being improved. So yeah, get started. So recently, there's been like a lot of violence in Philadelphia. How do you feel like after all those like attacks and stuff? Do you feel like safe in the community or not at all?
No, not at all.
Okay.
But there's always like attacks in Philly, so I
Yeah.
already knew that was gonna be that
Yeah.
way.
Do you feel like North Philly specifically is like capable of getting like better, or do you think it's getting worse ever since students started moving in?
I think it's capable of getting better because it has been. They've been building more apartments, and when you go up towards City Hall, it gets nicer. So I think if anything, it would get worse the other way, away
True.
from Temple.
Yeah, that's true. And then with like the gentrification of kind of like Center City, do you feel like that's benefiting Philadelphia overall and like attracting millennials, or do you feel like it's kind of pushing everyone away because it's just becoming more of a basic city? Like with all like the new like CVS's and Starbucks and all that, do you feel like it's just making it less appealing or more appealing?
I think it's making it more appealing. I mean, you could still have different areas that aren't just all Starbucks.
Yeah.
But I think every city is going to need places like that just to like bring in more people and bring more jobs and everything. So I think it's a benefit.
All right. Awesome. Okay, so ever since you've like been a resident here, I guess, would you say that like students being in the community has helped like increase safety, or is it like kind of just been the same in terms of like how safe you feel?
I think the gentrification has definitely improved the safety because there were never, like, Temple hired police before. Like, that's all. Even though we're paying for that, like, it's like, and they don't have guns. Like, at least there's people that you can call if you don't feel safe to walk home.
Right.
Like, no one's going to endanger your life, or they're at least going to be less likely if you have a guy in a neon suit next to you and a badge, like, walking you home.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, none of that was even offered before, like, student housing was available.
Do you feel like we're throwing off the community at all though with like our like overwhelming presence?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think it's very divided. But like, if I had to predict the future, I don't think it's always gonna be that way.
Okay.
But I mean, right now, yes, there's a divide.
So you feel like we're making the community safer, but at the same time, like with all
I
the
think
violence,
we're making the community safer for students,
but not the
residents.
residents.
I don't think people that, like, non-Temple students, like, the residents, people that have lived here their whole lives, I almost feel like all that security makes them not only, like, more nervous and more, like, because there's, like, already issues with, like, overpopulation in jails. It's, like, the amount of, like, black people that are in jail for, like, absolutely no reason, like, small charges. So, like, people see cops sometimes that, like, have known people that, like, got arrested for something small and get more scared instead of less scared. Like, we see a Temple cop, I feel like most students get less scared, and I think it's the complete opposite for people that are residents.
Yeah, that makes, like, way more sense, actually. But, all right. Cool. Okay, so do you feel that the city overall is improving?
I wouldn't really say that the city overall is improving. I feel like it's kind of just like a shift of neighborhoods, kind of like what's happened in the past.
Okay. Do you feel as if the North Philadelphia area is improving through the obvious gentrification, or not really?
I would definitely say that it's improving through the gentrification. Not really as a result. I feel like that's a result of what's like all the students coming in here. But I would say that the area is improving overall, obviously with Temple kind of being the leader behind that.
Okay. Do you feel like the student presence is, like, improving or worsening your safety?
Well, the student presence definitely increases our safety, I feel like, because obviously we're kind of more educated and really are focused on kind of just being here to get an education, not really feeling stuck here. And also, obviously, the Temple police and everything being around, obviously, to protect the students really helps with our safety.
Do you think that students and residents are capable of coexisting, and if not, what about in the future?
I would say that they definitely aren't necessarily able to coexist. It's really kind of like a clash of two cultures. Obviously, they were here first, but obviously Temple is raising the property value and improving the area. So it's kind of hard to fight those facts, but I've also been to parties where the next door neighbor has children playing out back, and then there's a backyard full of college students drinking alcohol, and it's really not the best environment to raise a family, and that's obviously going to have some effect on their behavior. So I don't really think that even in the future, it's not going to be ideal. Even though obviously there are already schools that this kind of happens, even at like really big college schools like Penn State, like students live next to family houses. But I feel like it's not ideal. But if it needs to be done, it will happen.
Okay, thank you.